What's going on YouTube? Hit it back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video we have a ton of important topics to discuss. We're going to be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as Doge. Today will be the last day we look at Doge, and then I believe next week we're going to start looking at Binance Coin and dedicating a week to discuss that. We'll also be looking at the exchanges, coin market cap, and specifically Litecoin just fell, which is very interesting, and I want to show some comparisons for where the market's headed to pretty much what I've been talking about. It did fall. There's some pretty interesting stuff so we're going to have to talk about. So otherwise, let's jump into today's episode. So guys, before we begin, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up if you like the content, and let's discuss this coin market cap. So before we begin, for those of you who are new to the channel, I like to discuss the coin market cap because it does help us indicate where the market's headed, where money's moving, where it's falling out of, and I know some people don't like to use this, but I think it is very important. So you can see Bitcoin dominance being 52.8% means that altcoins are falling much quicker than Bitcoin is. Bitcoin's retaining its value much better than the altcoins are. 24-hour volume is a little bit higher, and we see a market cap lower. So we were like 178 billion yesterday, or 176. 24-hour volume is higher. We were like 141 billion yesterday, around 42 billion. So you can see that that does indicate that markets are dropping and coins are pulling back down. So you can see top 10 coins, only Tether seems to be up. Now I'm going to definitely have to do some research into Tether. If you guys want to share your information and opinions on Tether as a stable coin, please let me know down below in the comments. Otherwise, besides that, every coin is down. Top 10 cryptos, they're all down. Bitcoin's only down by 0.9%, not even 1%, but the majority of coins are down 5 to 6%. You can see Litecoin holding the number 6 position at $76 is now 6.6%. EOS 5.3, Bitcoin Cash 5.5, and many other coins are down. BAT is actually up 12%, which is absolutely phenomenal. And I made a video a couple months ago, actually 2 months ago, discussing BAT's breakout, and that is exactly what is happening. So BAT is something we're going to have to look at as well. But there's so many coins to look at, it's so hard to keep track, of which ones to invest in, which ones to not invest in, so on and so forth. But before we jump into the charts, guys, I really want to give a huge shout out to our sponsor, guys, BestChangecom. So as you guys know, there are tons of exchanges on the internet with all different fees involved with buying and selling cryptocurrency. Even the most popular exchanges like Coinbase don't always have the best rates, as we know. As a matter of fact, Bittrex, hopefully you guys know Bittrex Exchange, just banned New York State investors from using their exchanges, which kind of screwed us all. I made a video on Vericoin about it. So I actually use BestChange.com because it compares all the exchanges and their rates and shows you the cheapest one to use, and has all the reviews for you guys to see which ones are better than others in regards to fees and which one is ease of use. All you have to do is basically pick your cryptocurrency and the one that you want to give, and then the one that you want to, get in return. So, if you want a Bitcoin, a Litecoin, you would choose Bitcoin you're giving, and Litecoin is what you want in return. And then all you have to do is calculate the trade with the built-in calculator on the app, and it's that easy. So they will even notify you when the best rates are the ones that you want occur on the market or pop up. So if you guys are wondering, how to buy and sell these cryptos and actually save on fees and things like that, definitely make sure to check out Best Change in the description. We're having tons of you guys help support them and check it out. But they make these videos possible, and they're going to make some pretty awesome videos possible in the summer, so definitely make sure to check that link in the description. Alright guys, so I'm currently on the Litecoins 4-hour chart, and we definitely are going to have some pretty interesting things to discuss and talk about. So I don't even know where to begin. Otherwise, I want to just say thank you all for supporting me on Patreon. I'm literally waking up every single day with you guys joining the community over there. I'm going to have to start doing some exclusive giveaways for those of you specifically on Patreon. So I believe when I'm going to hit 10,000 subscribers, I may do an exclusive Patreon giveaway and then an exclusive, YouTube channel giveaway. So definitely make sure, if you want 2 opportunities to get involved in that, make sure you're on Patreon, make sure you're on, YouTube, subscribe to the channel. It's not just a way of supporting the community. You are supporting the channel. You're also getting my exclusive charts, so you guys can, pretty much figure out, where these moves are happening, when they're happening, and you get these live updates prior to me actually releasing videos. So I definitely recommend checking it out. We're having a huge amount of people join on my Patreon, which is absolutely phenomenal. So I highly recommend you check that out as well. Otherwise, guys, So I wanted to show you guys some interesting things. So the past couple of days I've been making some bearish videos, and it's hard to make those videos because I know you guys dislike them, or most people dislike hearing about it. So it's hard to title them, Litecoin's falling, Litecoin's going to shits. A lot of you guys would be anti-watching the videos. So I just write Litecoin major move is coming. That doesn't mean major move to the upside. It may also mean a major move to the downside, and then I like to clarify that in the video. The past couple of videos I've been pretty much saying that we need to pull back down to 76 to this uptrend, which would be $71, if not down to 67. And a lot of you guys are saying that was extremely bearish of me, but you can see we are pulling down. I did say in yesterday's video that I've only bought in at 76.50. I put 10% of my investment, anticipating a pullback to happen. I was saying the longer we hang out here, I may actually buy in. I didn't, but I was debating about it because of how we were trading above this uptrend, but I held off and we just fell. So that is it's pretty interesting, actually. I'm going to throw some clips in of previous videos that I said just to clarify that I was saying we were going to pull back down, and you can see that's pretty much what is happening right now. All lower. If we do, it's a dollar cost averaging time for me. So if we break down and test 70, somewhere in here, I would start buying in right at around 75, 74. If we fall down to 70, if not down to this resistance 76, these are where I would start to kind of dollar cost average. You can see one in the middle, one at the yellow line, and then the other one would be here. This would end my dollar cost averaging. That would inevitably set us back down into being oversold, and then we would only be able to go up. So obviously these are my levels where I would buy in at. Let me just erase these lines really quick for us. But you can see, so it does look good though. Honestly, it's a healthy pullback. Not only did it just set us to being oversold on the $30 RSI, it gives us potential to move up higher now. So if you guys didn't buy in, if let's say I didn't buy in at 76.50, 75 is definitely a good price to buy in at. It actually fell all the way down to 73, which is a really good buying opportunity. So I think where it currently is and 73 are some. I may actually pick up a little bit more Litecoin is what I'm saying. So I may put in another 10%. So I have at 76.50, and it'll probably accumulate if we see it pull back down around 73 or 74, low change. Then I'm going to start buying back in. And then I'm going to pretty much put more in at $70, $71, and the rest in at 67. Now, being on the 4-hour, being that it's about to hit oversold, I don't think we're going to go down that low, but it is definitely a possibility. But, the breakout was anticipated. The breakdown was anticipated. I was calling it. I was expecting the pullback to happen, and it pretty much did. So it was definitely interesting. The longer we were trading above it, the less I was anticipating a pullback to happen, but I've been saying ever since we shot up here that we needed to retrace back into our channel here, and I'd feel much more comfortable if we were trading in our channel here because we've been in this channel for so long. So the fact that we're finally back down in it does open some pretty awesome doors for where crypto was headed. And also, I forgot to mention that I've been saying in previous videos that it is a very bad time to invest because Bitcoin was nearing overbought. And until Bitcoin pulls back down, then Litecoin will pull back down. Then it's a good buying opportunity. So even though Litecoin was trading nicely above, Bitcoin was not trading nicely above. Bitcoin was nearing overbought. So it was not wise to invest until Bitcoin consolidates downwards because we know that that's the leading indicator. So seeing the pullback as such is beautiful. It now set us back down to 49, almost 50 on the RSI, which is beautiful. It's awesome. So truthfully, what we need to see now is consolidation sideways or back down to the support at the bottom, and then we can consolidate within our beautiful upwards channel. Now, what the problem is leading forward is we're going to start seeing major resistance back at $80. That's going to be a big one, as well as the now resistance uptrend will now be a problem, for the long run. But we could easily climb it back up to $90. I still think $90 is happening. I just wanted to say that a pullback back into our, ascending wedge was coming, and it's nice to see that that did happen. Otherwise, moving on to Bitcoin, you guys can see Bitcoin like I said, it was nearing overbought. I've been saying in a couple videos, and it needed to pull back down. So it makes sense. I said I would not touch Bitcoin with a 10-foot pole because of it nearing overbought until it started to pull back down. You could see just a little bit of volume came in to push us a little bit lower, and you can see that literally almost dropped Litecoin about double that. So pretty interesting. I do think we're kind of going to have the rest of the day or two of consolidation further, but markets look great otherwise. I may actually start to buy back in a little bit more, just around 10% if we do hit $73. Ethereum looks good too. Consolidation is needed. A little bit overextended on its RSI, trading at 60 on the daily, but consolidation is needed. This is what I'm looking for, guys. Very simple. You know, some days we're going to just have to wait it out. And I know it gets boring, but some days we just need to wait. So that's what's going to happen with Ethereum as well. Not that it's a shit coin or a bad coin, but consolidation is needed in these markets. Lastly, Doge. Wow, very interesting play with Doge. Was not expecting that. We're definitely going to have to keep a close eye on this because just because it broke out of its support does not mean it is over with. You can see literally, hold on, let me slide to the right. You can see just recently it actually was dropping its candle lower than the bottom support. Oops, did not mean to draw that. Hold on. Let's see. Okay. So you can see what I'm referring to is right here. It's had days where it's traded outside of its, you know, purple uptrend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It had numerous days. So just because we're out of the uptrend right now does not mean that we're going to close below it. We could easily see by tonight a consolidation wick that pulls us right back up to the uptrend, which is what I think is going to happen. But what that does indicate is I actually may be buying into Doge. I may actually, on my ABRA exchange, so if you guys are not downloading ABRA, it's the second link in the description, or sorry, the third link in the description. Make sure to download ABRA because it actually supports Doge, and I may be buying ABRA. You know, if you guys wanted to do it too, let me know, but I'm buying Doge most likely right now because I do think this is a very good spot. So on its 4-hour, we're now below the downtrend, so that looks pretty okay. But I'm going to have to play it out, so I'll tell you what I mean by that before you guys jump to conclusions. We're nearing oversold on the 4-hour, which is definitely nice. You can see us getting, you know, sandwiched in between the high-low middle moving average and the bottom support. But what you can see is what I'm going to wait for, because if history repeats itself, you can see every time we've had a major leap like this, it's followed by a correction and then a small burst upwards and then long consolidation. So this is what I'm considering a small leap upwards followed by a correction. Now I'm anticipating this. This is what I'm anticipating if history repeats itself. Something like this, a little bit lower, and then consolidation out. This would match exactly what happened here. So what I'm waiting for right now is to see, because right now this is a confirmation on Doge that we're going to fall lower. It's pretty much confirming that we could throw it all the way down and fall all the way outside the uptrend. So I'm keeping a close eye on Doge, and I'm literally going to just wait until I see Doge do this. If I see Doge go like this, and we can come back up and close today's candle above the uptrend, then I may buy back in because I'm anticipating it to run. But otherwise, guys, definitely invest on your own. I'm no financial advisor. I just come on here to share my opinions with you guys. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in tomorrow's episode. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications, give away 10,000 subs, probably on Patreon and, you know, YouTube. Let me know if any of you guys have complaints to that. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in tomorrow's episode. Peace.